has been brought to supersede the Medical Council of India. The problems with the Medical Council of India are very well documented, but unfortunately this bill underscores the adage that the cure seems to be worse than the disease. The bill unfortunately throws out the baby with the bathwater. It seeks to replace peer review with a completely government-controlled, government-dominated body. And since this is an important bill, Chairperson, sir, I will quickly make 9 or 10 points in order to point out the infirmities of the bill. First of all, Mr. Chairperson, sir, this bill itself is a constitutional travesty. It's been brought under Article 117(1) of the Constitution, which deals with finance bills in terms of Article 110 of the Constitution. It just beats or defies logic as to how the National Medical Commission bill can actually be termed as a finance bill. It's primarily been done in order to avoid closer scrutiny in the Council of States. Number two, Mr. Chairperson, sir, the bill creates a four-tier structure. You have a National Medical Commission at the top, then you have the Medical Advisory Council, then you have the autonomous boards, and then you have the Secretariat. Let me first deal with the National Medical Commission. It has total 25 members. There is one chairperson, 10 ex-officio members, 3 nominees of the Government of India, and the 6 people who are going to be nominated in terms of Section 11, Subsection 2, Subsection C and D will get their turn once in 12 years. So therefore, each state will find representation in terms of Clause 11, D and E only once in 12 years. And those who come under Clause E of Section 11, that is from the medical profession, they will only get representation once in 14 years. So therefore, you have a strange structure whereby the government nominees are permanent, but the representatives of the states and the representatives of the medical profession will only get a chance in one case once in 12 years, in another case once in 14 years. This is strange logic, to say the least. Then you have the Medical Advisory Council. The Medical Advisory Council, Chairperson, sir, has 103 members. Now, all the 25 members of the National Medical Commission are members of the Medical Advisory Council. Now, the principal function of the Medical Advisory Council is to advise the National Medical Commission. Now, this is a paradox that you will have the National Medical Commission members advising themselves as members of the Medical Advisory Council. So therefore, I do not think there has been any application of mine insofar as the bill is concerned. Then you have the autonomous boards. So you have 4 in number: the undergraduate, the postgraduate, the ethics and registration board. But the real power rests with the Medical Assessment and Registration Board. In fact, this nominated body, the Medical Assessment and Registration Board, has all the powers under the National Medical Commission bill. For this is the body which is going to grant recognition, is going to increase seats, and is going to conduct the inspections of medical colleges. Now here is the next travesty, Mr. Chairperson. All the 4 members, all the 4 chairpersons of the Autonomous Board are also members of the National Medical Commission. Now, the National Medical Commission is supposed to be the appellate body which is supposed to sit in judgment over the performance of these autonomous boards. So you have this strange situation whereby these people who will first pass orders or judgments in their capacity as chairpersons of the board will then, as members of the National Medical Commission, sit in judgment over their own decisions. So it defies logic as to how can you be a judge in your own cause. How can you sit in judgment over your own decisions? And then you have the Then if you come to the Medical Assessment and Registration Board, now Section 28(1) says that no person shall establish a medical college without the consent, permission, etc. of the Medical Assessment and Registration Board. But Section 28(7) says that the MARB may conduct an evaluation. So I will pause for a moment. So it is not mandatory that before granting recognition in terms of Clause 28, Subclause 7, they have to conduct an evaluation of the medical college which is going to be established. They may conduct, they may not conduct an evaluation. So you'll have medical colleges coming up in this country without going through an evaluation process. But it is Clause 29B which is the icing on the cake. It says that permission can be granted without any infrastructure. And I'd like to read out Clause 29B for your kind consideration. It says that the Medical Assessment and Rating Board, 29B says that while approving or disapproving a scheme under Section 28, the Medical Assessment and Rating Board or the Commission, as the case may be, shall take into consideration the following criteria, namely adequacy of financial resources, B, whether adequate academic facilities and other necessary facilities have been provided to ensure proper functioning of the medical college, or would be provided within a time limit specified in the scheme. So therefore, even if you do not have facilities at the time of establishing a medical college, but in your scheme you promise to do it 1 year or 2 years down the line, you will be granted permission to start a medical college without appropriate infrastructure. Then you come to the fourth tier, where you have the Secretariat of the National Medical Commission. Now the qualifications for the secretary who is going to be heading the secretariat, he does not have to be a medical person. So this is a clause which has been designed primarily in order to accommodate retired bureaucrats. You know, you have a National Medical Commission where the Secretariat of the National Medical Commission will be headed by a non-medical person. Then you come to the fees. The Honorable Minister tried to explain, and he is a very distinguished doctor, I have great respect for him, but he said that he said about the fee structure that it would only apply to a certain number of seats. But if you were to read Section 10I, NMC will frame guidelines for 50% of the seats. So therefore, the remaining 50% of the seats are totally in the purview of private medical colleges. And even for those 50% of the seats, they are not going to fix the fee. They are only going to frame the guidelines whereby giving latitude to the private medical colleges, then to fix the fee in accordance with those guidelines. So this is nothing else but legalization of capitation fee. This will actually take medical education totally through the roof. Then you come to the clause which deals with NEET and the National Exit Test. And may I very respectfully point out that if you were to read 14(1), it says that there shall be a uniform national eligibility cum entrance test for admission. You'll just give me 2 more minutes because this is important. Test for admission to the undergraduate and postgraduate super specialty medical education and all medical institutions which are governed by the provisions of this Act. But if you were to read 15(5), it says that the national exit test shall be the basis for admission to postgraduate and broad super specialty medical education. This means that there will be 3 exams. Once you complete your MBBS, you will take an exam which will give you a degree. Then you will take the exit exam which will give you a license. Then you will take another exam which is a NEET exam in order to get into a postgraduate course. So why are we building the superstructure of examinations? And Mr. Minister, since you are nodding in disagreement, I think you need to clarify the contradiction between 14(1) and 15(5), which is so apparent that it stares in the face. And finally, I will just make 2 more quick points. One is with regard to the removal of existing employees of the Medical Council of India. Now, Section 63 says, subsection 3 says that they will be removed by giving 3 months of salary. Now, people who have been with the Medical Council of India over the years, who are not associated with the aberrations of the Medical Council of India, who are supporting our secretarial staff, are you going to dispense with them by just giving them 3 months' salary at the end of maybe a 25-year or a 30-year career? This, in my respectful submission, Honourable Minister, is blatantly unfair. It is arbitrary. It goes against the interests of the workers, and I think you must reconsider this clause. And since, Mr. Chairperson, you have given me enough time, I will stop there. Thank you very much.